Ladies and gentlemen, another day of the Chicago Bears OTA practices are officially in the books. And guys, today was interesting. First of all, what are we looking at right here? We're looking at offensive linemen going through receiver drills. You already know Ben Johnson is cooking something up for this offense. We saw wide receivers throwing the ball today, right, including DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, some of these guys throwing the ball to offensive linemen. Okay, so get ready. It's going to be one hell of a season that Bears fans aren't even really seeing coming right now. But we're going to break down everything you need to know about today's practice, from the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations, everything. We got you guys covered, okay? Now, really quickly, before we dive into the video, I want to start this video off like I always do. Okay, I want to give credit where credit is due, and that is with all of the Chicago Bears media members. Okay, Pat the designer, right? You got so many guys. You're gonna see some names at the top of your screen. Make sure you follow them on X. Guys, I promise you, you will not regret it. They post so many highlights, so much news and notes from every single practice right when it happens. Okay, so go give them a follow on X if you haven't already done so. With that being said, let's just dive into the video. This first clip is crazy. You see offensive linemen going up there, getting some ball, getting some catches. Now, we already know Ben Johnson loves to utilize some trick plays. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of probably 12 personnel where one of those tight ends is a left tackle, maybe Ozzie, maybe Luke Newman, right? Maybe guys like Karan, who are all standing out throughout practice thus far anyway. He might be asked to go catch some footballs. Right there, 79 Theo Benedict. He was going out there. He's getting some balls out there. 67. I believe that's Ricky Stromberg. But again, let's just dive right into today's practice. One of the biggest standouts at wide receiver today. Okay, a little bit of a joke. But look at this. Okay, not this one. Watch this next one. Look at this next rep. Whoop! Darnell Wright. Who is this guy? Who is this guy coming down with the one-handed snag? Darnell Wright put him out wide anyway, just for fun. This dude's got some mitts on him. Look at this. Whoop! That that is some crazy stuff. But again, they were going through these little drills where the offensive linemen were catching the football, and this one really got everybody hyped up, and that was definitely a cool one to see. You see Jonah Jackson getting a little hype, Joe Tooney out there. Absolutely love it, man. Every second of it. The most important thing about this, guys, they're having fun out here. Now, it seemed like a little bit of today's practice was really focused on implementing some plays, trick plays, getting everybody acclimated when it comes to catching the football. And again, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Tyler Scott, all these guys were throwing the football. And right here, Caleb Williams down the right sideline for a touchdown. Now, week 13, 15, 17, do you guys expect to see a Colson Loveland passing touchdown to Kyle Monungai? I guess it's a possibility, right? But again, very fun. They're out here just having a good time and getting some trick plays involved. Now, we don't have too much film outside of these offensive linemen getting some catches, so I hope you guys don't mind. But I do have a little bit of news and notes that I did want to kind of briefly mention from today's practice. So we're going to go over that really quickly. Now, Ben Johnson, after practice, did talk about some of the guys who have really stood out to him thus far. Now, one of the guys was Ruben Hippolyte, who he actually said that he's probably been the best from start to finish in terms of just improving as a player. Now, we knew coming out of the NFL draft that, RH was a really explosive athlete with a ton of potential. You just need to kind of develop him, right? Very raw, right? And over the past couple of weeks, dude, he's gotten a lot better, okay? With everything. Technique, intangibles, reading, reacting, attacking on certain plays. RH has gotten really good, and Ben Johnson was really excited about the growth of him as a player over the last couple of practices here. Okay, now I get it. I'm just showing you one clip from today. Again, they weren't showing too much of the highlights, but let's actually break down some other guys who stood out as well. Tight end Joel Wilson. Defensive end Dom Robinson. This is all according to Patrick Finley, by the way, on Ben Johnson's press conference. And then lastly, he's talked about Kyle Monangai, who drastically improved from day 1 to day 6, day 7. Now, next week's OTA period, because this was mandatory minicamp, next week's OTA period is going to be younger guys and special teams for the most part, so we probably won't have too much to cover then. But they're pretty much taking that month off until training camp. So these last couple of weeks have been really, really fun. Now, before we head out of here, I need you guys to do me a little bit of a favor. First of all, make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already done so. But most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, guys. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. Turn on post notifications. That way you're notified every time we post a video. And we will be covering the rest of OTAs next week, whatever it may be. If it's young guys, special teams, mandatory minicamp was this week. We'll probably post a video tomorrow going over like an overview of all the standouts and whatnot. And then obviously they're about to take a month off, and then they'll get into training camp. We're going to cover that as well. I believe July 23rd or something like that is when they're going to get out here. So we're about a month and a half away from training camp. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And then the coverage doesn't end there. Once preseason football begins, we got you guys covered with some all 22 coaches film. So don't you guys go anywhere. We got you guys covered. Regular season, preseason, off season, whatever it may be, we got you guys covered. And I want to end off this video by talking about overall minicamp, right? So Caleb Williams on day 1 had a really bad day. Threw some interceptions, had some overthrows, wasn't great at all. Day 2 had a massive bounce back day. Had some really good throws. Had a couple of touchdowns, had some scramble drills for first downs. The growth from day 1 to day 2 was definitely something you love to see. He also led the team to a 94-yard touchdown drive and 2-minute drill and found rookie running back Kyle Monangai for a touchdown on that drive. We also are loving what we're seeing from Ozzie Trapillo. He thinks he could be a starter. Not him, but a lot of people think he could be a starter for this football team. With Braxton Jones sidelined as he recovers from the fractured fibula, it looks like Ozzie's getting the majority of those reps alongside Karan, who's also working with the starters over the last couple of days as well. Kyle Monangai looks really good at the running back position. I'm excited to see how he continues to develop going forward. We talked a little bit about RH. Hippolyte, he looks good, really good in coverage, athletic monster of a human being. So that was always cool to see. Some underrated players that stood out. Elijah Hicks. Well, actually, no. Elijah Hicks was not at practice. He was one of the guys that weren't at practice. What I meant to say, I don't know why I said Elijah Hicks. J.P. Richardson, wide receiver, undrafted free agent. And then another one, Maurice Alexander, are both kind of looking good so far. According to Clay Harbor, one of the reporters over here in Chicago. I'm going to end the video here, though, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.